Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm going to be starting up here in just a second. Actually, we're trying a new setup today, so maybe the stream is going to look a little bit nicer, maybe it's not, maybe the sound is going to be a little bit off, maybe it isn't. Really going to need you guys to help me see if this is working or not. I don't know, maybe we're going to get somebody in chat or not. That would be wonderful. Although this is at like midnight my time, so this is probably a little bit too early for most of you guys. Yeah, not to worry though. I'm going to be streaming later on today as well. Tomorrow? Today? Well, in the next like 12 hours or so. Yes, Rookbot, I know. Okay, so first things first. Let's make a backup of this. How's that for 9 go? Probably only going to be streaming for about 20 minutes or so because this is just mostly to see whether or not the stream is working or not. See how things are going to be before tomorrow. Okay, so this is the St. Dellen trade floor right here. Should be pretty familiar with you guys. And then let's go check out the other one. Where are we working at? Like Hlalu? Yeah, the Hlalu stuff. Okay, so just a quick primer on this. We decided that we wanted to go ahead and make the Hlalu canton a bunch of smaller little individual cantons inside of the big one. Fire Fanatics, hey dude, how's it going, man? What are you up to? You're kind of up late. At least from my standpoint. We decided that the Hlalu canton was going to be a bunch of smaller little sub-cantons inside of the big one. And that's the idea that we went with. And so for the majority of last stream, was just getting this like foundation set up and everything, and then I went back in after the stream was over with and just put in a couple more layers on these things to fill it out a little bit more. This is before we have the kit that we're going to be using. So it's going to change a little bit. Okay, there we go. Right, you'll notice that there's little gaps down here as well, where we need to add in some new foundations and stuff, which are also models that I've been working on. Really simple stuff though. It's just as simple as you can possibly imagine. It's blocks and it's, how do you say, like curved pieces and stuff, a lot like Lego bricks. So we're gonna just snap those into place, or I might even do that beforehand, before the stream tomorrow. I think what I'm gonna do today, just as a quick test for the next 20 minutes or so, it's 2 a.m. here, but it's a Sunday, so... Sword Enchant! Dude! Welcome to the stream. Maybe I should stream for a little bit longer than 20 minutes. I've missed you guys. I didn't get to stream earlier today. Haven't seen you in forever. What's up, guys? Yeah, we're just kind of testing. Well, it's 20 minutes, 20, 30, something like that. Because this is a test stream, I upgraded a bunch of the settings. I switched over from OBS to OBS Studio, so the sound might be a little bit off. We have, like, I'm sure there's going to be 2 or 3 issues that are going to crop up, and I just want to kind of nip that in the bud before I stream tomorrow, but, dude. Hey, 1 second, guys. No, not like next year. I told you it was only going to be a minute. All right, I'll tell you what. We'll make this kind of a half stream. So instead of doing an entire hour and a half, 2 hours, we'll just do it for about 45 minutes. That's a good amount of time, right? So Sword Enchant, have you seen like any of the other cantons that I've been up to? Like any of the other locations? Okay, you know what I want? I want some of these things. Some of these light posts. The other cantons. Okay, so in Vivek City, there are these large artificial islands called cantons. Like this stuff right here. I'll go ahead and pull it up. This area that we're working in right now is the last of all of the Vivek cantons. I mean, technically there's one in Molag Mar that we still need to do, but I'm not all that worried about that. So I'll tell you what, I will give you a quick tour of what's going on. Yeah, sort of like districts. Okay. Let me pull this up real quick. Whoa, that is not what I wanted. So yeah, each one of these buildings has like crap inside of it now. And each one of these is kind of unique. I'll show you my favorite one. I'll show you my favorite one, and then I'll show you the last one that we worked on. So this is the Telvanni area. You can tell that it's not quite 100% there yet because we have like gaps over here and stuff. But if you look at the tower on the center, this is where we took the inspiration for most of the canton on the inside, most of the design philosophy for this area. Because as you know, if you've played the game, the Telvanni are all about like these towers and mushrooms and stuff. But since we can't actually put like the giant mushrooms of the Telvanni inside of the Telvanni canton, we're kind of mimicking that form with some new pieces. Gaps! So ugly. Much like myself. And yeah, so we have these inner districts, I guess, in air quotes. Which I think look pretty cool. And let's see, the one that we were working on before this one was like the St. Dellen Canton. That one's okay. Let's look at the Temple Canton, just to give you an idea of what this looks like. Those parts of the tower seem a little like they clip in with the big tower. Yeah, well, we're gonna fix that. See, the thing is, I'm getting these about like 85, 90% done, and then I'm gonna come back in here and optimize them and make them all pretty and stuff. Like here's another thing. If you notice right here, like along this strip on both sides, there is a ton of Z fighting. I don't know how we can see that. The late night stream where London is incredibly self-deprecating. I don't know, I'm in a good mood, man. Not always in a good mood, but today I am. Anyway, yeah, this is right underneath the Temple Canton. So we have new hallways for the Hall of Justice and the Hall of Wisdom as well. I'm going to have some like ordinators wandering around and patrolling the area and stuff. It's going to be really cool. But yeah, all of Vivic City has like these things now. And the last one that we've been working on is the Lalu Canton. By the way, how is my sound? Is my microphone too loud or soft? Is the music too loud or soft? Are we at good levels right now? It's really hard to tell. So somebody last stream, I think it was Alistair, came up with the idea that for the Lalu trade floor, it should look a lot like, I don't know, some Venice stuff. There would be canals and things that you would go between. Which I like that idea, but there's a problem that I'm running into here, and I don't know how well the foundations are going to fix this or not, but it doesn't feel like there's water above here. You know, it just feels like it goes down into some sort of deep, dark pit that you can't escape from. Which, you know, we could remove that. But we're going to have to play up those aquatic elements a little bit more. I think things sound fine. Okay, excellent. So let me ask you guys this. Have you done all your Christmas shopping yet? I asked this last stream, but I don't think you guys were in there. Oh, we're good? Excellent. So, since we need this area to feel like it's water, probably the absolute best thing that we can do is to just add some waterfalls in here and see where that takes us. That's the first thing that we should do, and then maybe not. Too poor for Christmas shopping. Feels bad, man. Yeah, I know it. I've kind of got a similar problem. I got a friend of mine who I just don't know what the hell to get him this year. It's gonna sort itself out. Either that or he gets a burrito. Like, everybody loves Chipotle. I've yet to meet a person who, like, at least didn't think it was okay, so. And you haven't bought anything since. This might be a little overkill on those water fountains. Let's... I don't know. Huh, they changed that emote. They did, didn't they? It was like a little gray guy before, wasn't it? Oh, see, Smiley's still the same. That's one of the things that I've been doing in the Discord, by the way. If you haven't been in the Discord, we have a Discord now. I've been making some new emoticons. Or is it emojis? I can never keep that straight. Okay, before I get too distracted with this pottery here, let's focus on the water. My goodness. Okay, so if we want to have a waterfall here, I think that we need to bring the water level down about, ooh, that's a good question. Maybe 200 units? Okay, that's good enough. Also, you could probably have some trees. Yeah, this is like the Hlalu Canton, so they definitely need some trees. Although I don't know what kind of trees they could use. We have some of those mushroom trees, which work pretty well. You know, when you really stop and think about it, the Hlalu got the short end of the stick. I mean, the Red Ring have this amazing freaking capital with this giant crab monster apartment building type thing. Telvanni, I mean, do I need to say more? Like, they have these amazing freaking mushroom towers and stuff. And then you got the Hlalu, who have like Saran, which is this tiny little place. And you got Balmora. Okay, well, admittedly, a lot of people go to Balmora. But it's just like a town, right? It's like any other nondescript town. If you ask me, they need a little bit of love. West Gash. Yeah, it's in the West Gash. Problem with that is that, like, there's a lot of replacers for the West Gash trees that don't really play nice, but we can play around with it a little bit. Tried using Hlalu bridges here. You know, I hadn't even thought of that. Let's take a look. I normally keep to the Velothi architecture and stuff because we're inside of Vivek proper, but I think in this instance that might not be such a bad idea. Did I skip past them? I probably did. Come on, where are you? I hadn't considered that. That's a really good idea. Tell you what, we'll come back to it. I think on my next playthrough I'm going to be in House Hlalu. Just for sake of variety. See how it agrees with me. One of the cooler things about TR is that there's a bunch of new Hlalu buildings. Some of them look pretty impressive too. Like, they took the original designs from the vanilla game and they just kind of expanded it outwards a bit. So it still feels all genuine. It still feels a part of the game. It's just a part of the same like universe and stuff. They're just exaggerated, as they should be. Could also use more stairs. Oh yeah. We need stairs that go down to like these little boats down here. Something that we could do if we really got into it is it's technically possible to have these boats animate while there's a guy pushing the gondolier around. That'd be a nice little like effect, especially if you're looking at it from the top, from like one of these vantage points all the way up here. Lalu have more exterior stairs than any other house, both by themselves and as part of the buildings. Well, one of the things that we could play around with is to create some exterior stairs that are custom assets that come right out of the buildings themselves. Right, so we could have an entrance that's vertically placed up at the top, and then have a sort of scaffolding system that comes down, so that you actually had to walk around, or you would have to walk around to get to the top part. Just a thought. Right now we're going from a more general approach, right? So the big stuff, and then we get more and more and more and more detailed. I can't go ahead and put too many stairs in right now because we don't have the kit for the foundation yet. But as soon as that gets made, then we can go ahead and start adding stuff to it. To say nothing of the fact that every one of these waterfalls has to have a splash thing. I don't know what you would call it. It has to have splashing, and there has to be a particle system that's underneath it. I can't remember. Is House Lalu the house that has the guard armor with the spikes on the pauldrons and stuff? I always thought that kind of looked a little bit cheesy, a little bit ridiculous. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love cheese. I love cheese. But it is a tad impractical? Huh. I didn't know blowing on my bumper buttons would actually fix them. Dude, there was a time where I was absolutely so frustrated with my piano keyboard, right back when I actually had one, that I literally just hit the damn thing, and then it connected to MIDI, finally. So I don't know, maybe there was like a loose connection or something, but that's like the Star Wars approach right there. That's like the Han Solo, just hit it and it'll work. Add spikes on the buildings everywhere. Rook playing the piano, oh boy. Yeah, I took piano lessons. They didn't stick. Unfortunately, too. But, I mean, whenever I get some time to... I need a new MIDI controller, I do. I have a couple contact libraries now. I've got a DAW. I know how to use the damn thing. The next thing that I absolutely need to do is just sit down and, well, practice. With my abundant spare time. What about you guys? Do you play any musical instruments? Surely you must know what I mean. Where's all this water coming from? Presumably the top. Here's the thing. Water is a bit of a holy sacrament or something, I guess you could say, inside of the lore, the canon for Vivek. Water is considered holy. This is one of his things. And so I've always assumed that the water that's flowing through like the sewers and the pipes and all the way through Vivek, the temple cantons themselves, is a bit of a magical source. I know it's a bit of a cheat. I'm saying that a wizard did it, but still, it's established in lore, and that's as good as an excuse that I can actually think of. I ain't got no musical talent. Feels bad, man. Verpo Bill! Dude, thank you so much for the follow. Glad you're having a good time. Came at a good time, too, because we're only going to be streaming for about another 30 minutes or so. Okay, let's see. What should we move on to now? Let's do the splashes. Yeah, that's a good idea. For doing water, we need to do the waterfall mist as well. Might as well. And then we got some nifty new fountains from Alistair. Okay, this needs to be at a specific height, doesn't it? Please be at 2900. Yeah, 2940. 2900. I need to double check that. 2950. Okay. And then we'll sync that just a little bit. I have no idea how well this is going to work, if it's going to be like Lag City in here or not. Probably, knowing my luck. Ah, it's fun. That's part of the fun. You know, here's something that I've realized, especially when I went to college, and I didn't quite put two and two together, and I should have. Being really good as a composer is a completely different skill than being a performer. Right? Just because you're not necessarily the best pianist out there doesn't necessarily mean that you can't write piano music. Or music for the piano. I know a lot of people who are in band and stuff who just would be absolutely lost if they tried to create something from scratch, so. Have heart, man. Maybe you just haven't found your talent yet. Ooh, that's like really dark right there. You need something to play that composition, though. Yeah, that helps. That does. It's kind of the situation that I'm in right now. I'm a little surprised at how nice actual libraries sound, though. Like sound libraries. How nice sound libraries sound. Like, I remember when it was chiptunes and stuff. I mean, that was all that it was. Like in the late 90s. You know what I'm talking about. Where you go to like a GeoCities website. And they had the music auto-playing in the background. I can't be the only one who has experienced that before. Anyway, music production, especially digital music production, has gotten a lot better since then. Okay, that looks slightly better. Yeah. Maybe when we place the foundations in, it's gonna help. That's... yeah. Otherwise, I am out of ideas. Well, not out. I'll need to sleep on it. Hey man, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. I'm just saying, like, don't let a perceived lack of talent stop you from doing for something that you actually want to do. Talent is just... it's just applied interest. It's cliche to say, but it actually is pretty true. Okay. Looking at GeoCities websites in 2016 is really great. Is it? I want to see. Come on. Show me like the worst website, like, well... show me the worst PG-13 website that you can find on GeoCities, please. I need some sort of trip down memory lane here. Ah, the nostalgia. Hey, have you guys made your own websites? That's even better. Like your own websites from like 2000, 1997. I bet you mine are still up, but I have no idea where to find them. I should actually try searching for them. There was GeoCities, and then there was Angelfire, and you had to use like Lycos and other weird search engines to find them too, because Google wasn't around. Oh, that's a weird thought. Oh, huh. Okay. Thought there were more doors than that. Oh god, okay, give me a second here. And I will sample your site. Man, I can't even like read that. Actually, you know what? To get the full effect, it should be something like... there we go. Tell you what, man, that is not the worst website I've seen. Perfection. Yeah, we'll go with that. Perfection. Let's see, what was I doing in like 1995? I was probably watching Star Trek Voyager. Because that's what we would always do as a family. When I was a kid, I wanted nothing more than to design starships for Star Trek. That was like my big thing. Certainly wouldn't turn down the job now either. It's just Morrowind's kind of keeping me busy at the moment. Let's see, 95, Star Trek Voyager would have just started. TNG was just off the air, I think. I don't know if we're at the stage where we want to clutter yet. Let's take a look at some of these, how do you say? Trees. Yes, the foliage type things. I know what I'm about. I wonder if I still have them. I do. Excellent. It's back when everybody was using Yahoo, too. When Yahoo owned their own search engine and it didn't outsource it to Microsoft. I don't even know what Yahoo does anymore. Probably just Yahoo News and Tumblr. And Flickr. Okay, so yeah, they haven't killed those products off yet. But that's it, man. Yahoo News, Flickr, and Mail. These are some ugly looking trees. Maybe we can do something with this. Problem is, there aren't really a ton of courtyards here. So we have to be very careful with our space utilization. $40. Okay, that is probably going to be it from me today, guys. I know, really short stream. Longer than I was expecting, but you know, it was great to see you. And tomorrow, maybe I'll actually get to hang out with you a lot longer. All right, guys. Have a fantastic night. See you later.